Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Source channel. Today we'll be looking at my predictions for the 2018 cryptocurrency market. I'll be looking at a variety of coins today and trying to determine their price points at the end of 2018. I'll be looking at a bit of news surrounding the coins and to validate those price predictions and hopefully give you a bit of an understanding of where the market will be heading into late 2018. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So the first coin I'd like to look into is the king itself, Bitcoin. So moving over to CoinMarketCap here, we can see that Bitcoin obviously on top as always, and then within the coin we can see it's currently trading at 14.4k as of today, with a market cap of $242 billion, and there's 12 billion moved in the last 24 hours. Obviously you guys know the circulating and max supply of Bitcoin. But to look over it in the past year, we can see that it's had an incredible year, starting at the beginning at around $820 and peaking at around 18,000, then seeing a bit of a steady correction and slowly making its way back from the lowest points, but still in a bit of a lost a bit of money since that all-time high. And so definitely a strong year for Bitcoin, and I expect this coin to continue to rise into the future, considering it was one of the first cryptocurrency, and therefore it sort of has the original factor to it. And a lot of people say that it's considered, or it's got a bit of a gold sense of value to it, meaning that because it was one of the first, it's sort of a safe haven for people to invest their money. And also just looking at these trends, the more and more Bitcoin is able to find stability after a correction, that sense of gold or safety within Bitcoin continues to increase. So as we've seen here, people thought that there was a significant drop in the price and potentially it was the end of Bitcoin's reign as king. However, it has managed to steady out and make its way back up a little bit since then. So it's always great to see, and it's a good indicator of strength behind Bitcoin and people's faith within the coin. And so also just want to look at the BTC dominance here. So we can see it's sitting at 32.6%, which is potentially its lowest point. So if we run over here and we just look at the market capitalization, we can see that in all time, if we probably go back to the years, a better view for us, it started off the year very strong at around 85% dominance of Bitcoin, and then since then we can see it's seen a steady decrease in its price, a little bit of a run up, and then continued on a downwards trend to around 32.67, which I guess 32.6 now is probably its lowest point ever. And whether or not this is a good or bad thing is kind of up in the air. I mean, Bitcoin itself has continued to hold its price quite strongly, and if it was to continue to go up, that's not so unrealistic. And I think it's more around the sense that you've got these other coins such as Ethereum and Ripple in recent times coming up really strongly and boosting their market capitalization, not necessarily taking a lot away from Bitcoin, but people coming into the sector not just looking for Bitcoin but some of these other coins as well. So it's nothing to be concerned about too much, considering it still holds 30% of the market. That's an incredible amount considering the total market cap is 743 billion. So definitely some stuff there. In regards to price prediction, personally, I believe it's not too unrealistic to see this coin potentially reach $40,000 to $50,000 by the end of 2018. If we can see here, it's seen more. I wouldn't expect it to go up percentage-wise as it has seen this year, because that means the market capitalization would be too great to be realistic. So, for example, here, if we go 823 all the way up to 19,000 at the peak, that growth percentage-wise won't be, unlikely to see that this year. But considering if we were to say it was going to go to 40 to 50,000, that's only around 130% increase in the current Bitcoin price. And seeing the run up we've had this year with hundreds and hundreds of percent, I don't think that's too unrealistic. It would put the market cap above $500 billion, which is definitely a lot of money. But then you look at the circulating money within the stock market, those sort of things, and cryptocurrency coming up as an up and coming space, with Bitcoin futures as well listing on CBOE. It's definitely something to consider, and I believe that potentially that will happen at near the later end of 2018. So definitely a coin to keep your eye on. Again, it's always talked about in the media a lot. It's got a lot of media coverage. Whenever you talk to someone about cryptocurrency who's new, you're like, oh, have you heard about cryptocurrency? They straight away know the term Bitcoin. So it is a household name, which is another thing going for it. So here we've got a bit of a news article around a particular trader and their price predictions. So firstly it says here, Bitcoin price boom. Trader says cryptocurrency will skyrocket to 50,000 this year. Moving down, we can see Bitcoin's price will increase to double its current value as investors continue to bet their money on the retail lead cryptocurrency craze. Bitcoin trader Arthur Hayes said. And so this guy is quite bullish, as I am as well, in regards to the cryptocurrency's value, moving upwards to 50k, which, as mentioned before, would double its value. So we also can see here, Bitcoin is yet to rebound from the shocking news of South Korea's ban on crypto trading, but Mr. Hayes forecasts cryptocurrency will double its value in 2018. The reason as to why he believes this, it says here, Mr. Hayes said, the reason why I think Bitcoin will hit $50,000 level is because people will want to get involved. This is the sort of excitement that has been missing from the traditional asset market since the global financial crisis of 2008. And I personally do believe what he's saying here as well around people wanting to get involved. We saw it all of this week. Specifically, a lot of hype around it, people coming into the market, and we've got a certain proportion of people interested and who have invested, but there's also those people who are on the edge of investing. And I think 2018 could be the year as cryptocurrency continues to grow, and I guess institutional investors come into the market, as we've slightly seen at the end of 2017, but 2018 seems to be the year in which we will see consistent growth within that sector, and that would likely push people over the edge who are a bit skeptical around cryptocurrency as large financial institutions become investing quite regularly. So definitely something to get quite excited about, and he's made a good point here. Also, I'm going to play a video from Kinetic Choose. He is a he is a partner at Kinetic's capital asset management firm, and he has some ideas around why Bitcoin might hit $50,000 at the end of 2018.
So what's your hunch on price targets for next year?
I think that we're going to see 50,000 by the end of 2018 for Bitcoin.
That's strong.
Every month we're revising our targets up. I think that with everything that's coming, with both the kind of 1-2 punch of the CBOE and the CME, I think that the entire world is on watch now for what is to come and what the real kind of liquidity that can enter this market will actually look like. I think that in 2018 we will see the first state-backed digital currency in one form or another, and I bet you it will come from Asia.
What are the other cryptocurrencies that you're watching?
Well, of course I watch a lot of the Big Ten. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple, Ether. There are many jurisdictions which look to the SEC for guidance, and once the SEC really shows how they plan to deal with cryptocurrencies long term, then we'll start to see what is regulatory certainty globally, and I think that is when the real money starts to come in.
So the next coin I'd like to look into is Ripple, and Ripple's seen, it's been a massive year for Ripple. It's one of the coins that have seen the greatest growth this year, starting off, if we go over to CoinMarketCap here, it's currently sitting at third, just under Ethereum. At one point it did take over Ethereum, but Ethereum's now claimed its spot back at number 2. We can see here over the past year, starting the year off very less than a cent, so just about half a cent, a bit over half a cent per Ripple coin, and then we saw a massive run up around December the 6th, peaking at around $3.68 until we saw a pretty strong correction here, coming down all the way down to $1.98. We did see a low of around $1.70 or $1.60 something, but definitely a strong year for Ripple. It's got a current market cap of 76 billion. We can also see that the total suppliers are 100 million at max, and 38 is currently in. So there's a bit of ways to go until we do actually reach the maximum supply, so around 3 times the current circulating supply, or a bit under, around 2.8. So just keep that in mind in regards to how that could affect the coin price. And so that comes into my prediction of Ripple's price within 2018, and I don't think it's too unreasonable to say that the Ripple's coin could potentially reach $10, and I have made a video on this quite recently, so feel free to check it out if you're a bit interested, a bit more interested. in why Ripple will see potentially a $10 valuation per coin. And so that would potentially put, so if we were to say $10, that's 5 times, pretty much 5 times its current value, pushing the market cap around 350 million to about $380 billion, which is greater than the current Bitcoin price, but as we've seen with this year, the market capitalization is being pushed up significantly. I don't think it's too unrealistic to expect that sort of return. Ripple, again, as I didn't show Bitcoins before, but is listed on a wide variety of exchanges here. We can see that there's heaps of them, all the big names, Binance, Bithumb, Bitrex, all those large exchanges, all listed Ripple. So the ability for people to get into Ripple is quite high. We've also seen the recent news, well, there was a bit of a correction as well, or the correction was fueled by Coinbase, which is GDAX, is one of the largest exchanges, coming out and saying that there is no new asset currently being considered to be added to, or hasn't going to be added in the not so distant future to their exchange, and people were expecting Ripple to be listed on GDAX and Coinbase in the not so distant future. So that sort of fueled a bit of people dumping their coins, because when a coin does get listed on an exchange such as GDAX, the price, or Coinbase, increases significantly, and that's what people were looking for. And because Coinbase came out with a statement saying that they haven't really put too much thought into it in regards to listing it and going through with it, that caused a bit of concern within the community. If we just head over to Ripple's website here, I just want to look into it a bit further in regards to its value. So we can see, for those who are unsure about what Ripple's trying to do, it helps financial institutions move large amounts of currency within short periods of time and with very low fees. And the low fees thing is quite attractive to financial institutions, because currently they have to spend a significant amount of money, and it takes an extended period of time for them to move large amounts of assets to different areas. And so Ripple's trying to solve this problem and has been quite successful in doing so. And so they've currently got a number of financial institutions partnered with them. If we scroll down here, I think they've got a few listed that have American Express. For example, American Express is one of them, which is large. We've got Westpac here as well, which is huge, and a bunch of these other ones, so American Express, UBS, Access Bank, so large, definitely large financial institutions with a lot of money behind them, all trusting Ripple's technology, which is likely, or has been, a major factor in fueling the recent increase in price. And now I'll just show you a quick video around Ripple CEO, giving a bit of a breakdown of the coin and exactly what it's doing at the moment.
$27 trillion of money parked around the world between banks in order for them to settle payments between themselves. Using a digital asset like XRP, that can be, the speed of that can be vastly faster and vastly less expensive. Even compared to Bitcoin, XRP is 1,000 times faster and 1,000 times less expensive.
You did start with some good news over the past couple of days, and that was the top 3 money transfer sites had agreed and said, we're in. We will use the XRP. We will do this for cross-border transfers. Can you reveal the 3 names of these money transfer companies that have partnered with you guys?
You know, unlike, I think, some in the crypto community, Ripple has really been very proactive in working with financial institutions,
okay,
working
but the
with
names,
banks,
so
working with payment providers,
I think that would help if you were sort of transparent about the names.
Well, part of working with those companies is we announce when they're ready to announce. You know, there are a lot of rumors about the we are working with American Express today, for example. There are a lot of rumors about that had leaked out of American Express. We didn't confirm that until American Express was ready to confirm that, which we made public in, I think, November. So we've publicly shared we are working with 3 out of the 5 largest in the world. We'll publicly, make those announcements with those customers when they're ready.
So the next coin I'd like to look into a bit further is Litecoin. So Litecoin has had an interesting year. It's definitely on CoinMarketCap here. We can see it's currently sitting at number 6. If we click onto it and have a look in a bit further, it's sitting at $255 recently. It's got a market cap of 13 billion. Circulating supplies at 54 mil, and the max supplies at 84. So we can see there's at least another around 30 million Litecoins, or a bit under 30 million Litecoins, to come into the economy before it hits that max supply. So more than half is currently in circulating supply, which is always great to see, meaning that the price of this should remain quite steady and shouldn't overload with coins coming into the economy. So over the last year, we can see that at the beginning of this year, Litecoin was sitting around $3.89, so very small, a slow but steady run up. It was staying around that for the first half of this year, moved its way up and hit around $100 before it absolutely broke out, all the way up to 348 US dollars, before seeing a bit of a fluctuation, bit of a correction, and steadying out around $255 as it's currently sitting. We can see Litecoin's been around for a significant period of time. It's considered the silver to Bitcoin's gold. It's been here on CoinMarketCap around April 28th of April 2013. So definitely been around for a while. It's got huge presence within all markets. It's listed on GDAX, which is one of the largest exchanges and is what fuels a lot of money into cryptocurrency. So definitely good to see that it is listed on a majority of exchanges and is easily accessible for investors to get involved with. So firstly, in regards to my price prediction, I believe it will be reaching at least $1,000 within 2018. So again, that's at around 5 times its current price, or a bit under, around 4.5 potentially. Pushing this market cap up quite significantly, but not to an excessive level where it's unrealistic based on current trend patterns that we've seen in 2017. And this is due to a number of reasons. So firstly, Litecoin has greater transaction speeds. So Litecoin is in some ways a competitor to Bitcoin, although Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin, has come out and said that it's not specifically trying to compete with Litecoin, but with Bitcoin, but rather trying to complement it. And not only do I see people using Litecoin as a way in which they transfer their cryptocurrency assets, so as opposed to transferring Bitcoin between exchanges, it's more efficient to purchase Litecoin, then transfer that Litecoin to another exchange, and then purchase Bitcoin or whatever in order to get into other markets, because not only is the transaction time significantly less, but the fees associated with the transfer of Litecoin in comparison to Bitcoin is massively less. And this is due to the Lightning Network that they've set up and the technology that drives Litecoin. And at the moment, the reason as to why Bitcoin is somewhat being held back in regards to price and usability and its application into real world scenarios is because of its slow transaction times and large fees associated with the transaction or transferring of the digital asset. And that's why previously, when I was looking at Bitcoin and its price prediction, I put it around 50k, is because it's more of that store and value that people are going to look into it, as opposed to using it as a digital currency to trade daily. So Litecoin has more application in the sense that it's easier to trade in regards to transaction times, and the fees associated with it are far more realistic in regards to buying smaller goods, which people are currently doing with Litecoin and will continue to do into the future. And that's why I believe this current price at $255 is quite undervalued in comparison to what it will be at the end of 2018. So here's a great article around the reasons as to why other people out there, in this case Michael Lavere, could reach $1,000 US. This was posted on December the 3rd, so this was pre-significant breakout. So if we go December the 3rd on the Litecoin chart, we can see that it is just around $100, so it's pretty much the day or two before the breakout, so just keep that in mind. So firstly, Litecoin is one of the oldest and most stable coins on the crypto market. First released as an open source fork of Bitcoin by Charlie Lee in October 2011, Litecoin has since been seen as the silver, as mentioned before, to the Bitcoin's gold. However, the currency offers significant benefits over Bitcoin, have studied the shortcomings of its predecessor to craft a more transaction-friendly currency that still offers utility as a decentralized store of value. And so, because Litecoin came out post Bitcoin being released, it was able to look at the downfalls of Bitcoin, revisit those, and make corrective changes in regards to what Litecoin's technology is built on. And that's what's making it quite a valuable currency in recent times. So we can see here feasibility as a payment system. As mentioned before, it is way more feasible than Bitcoin in comparison, or in regards to payment of goods. Litecoin offers a shorter time for processing each block, 2.5 minutes versus 10 minutes, and lower transactions fees, even accounting for Bitcoin's high demand in the mempool. So here's the significant difference I was talking about, around 2.5 minutes to 10 minutes, so a strong difference there. And again, Michael goes on to explain as to reasons as to why Litecoin's price is undervalued. At this point, it was currently, when writing this article, at $100 US, but now sitting at around 255. So it has doubled, but doesn't mean that it's not going to continue to grow into the future. So definitely some interesting stuff here. Feel free to check it out if you want to do a bit more reading on it. But as many others out there believe, as others have pointed out, Litecoin is severely undervalued, and I think that's a general consensus within the cryptocurrency community. And not only is it well known and had quite a strong, stable price prior to the breakout, we've also got the Bitcoin futures success on the CBOE. And I believe it's a great candidate for CBOE due to its long-term standing as a coin and its reputation within the cryptocurrency community. It's had strong backing, and Charlie Lee, being the founder of Litecoin, has a strong social media presence and is quite active within the cryptocurrency community, and is consistently helping out with Litecoin and directing it in towards a bright future. So hopefully that consolidates that $1,000 price prediction. Potentially you guys have other estimations for Litecoin's price within 2018. Please leave a comment in the comment section below if you do so, and reasons as to why you think it will hit that particular point. So the next coin I'd like to look into a bit further is NEO. And so NEO's also had a quite strong year, and more accurately in recent times has seen a significant growth in its price. So we can see it's currently listed as number 11 on coinmarketcap.com with 9.2 billion market capitalization. Clicking into NEO, we can see it is currently trading at $139 or around 140 US dollars. It's got a volume within the last 24 hours is 467 million, circulating supply is 65 million, and total supply is 100 million. So quite a low supply in comparison to other coins such as Ripple. So again, that's why we're seeing this high price per coin, and this is only likely to increase as time goes on due to its low total supply. In regards to the last year, we can see at the start of the year it was trading at around 11 cents per NEO. We saw a significant run up around August to around $40. Bit of correction, all the way dipping down quite strongly to $17 to $15, and now in recent times, around December the 13th, we then saw a significant jump and pushing all the way up to its current price at around 140 US dollars. So definitely on a bullish run at the moment. It's been getting a lot of media coverage around certain things they're doing, and it's one of the coins, as many of the other ones we've mentioned today, that has significant presence within the cryptocurrency markets and is easily accessible in regards to purchasing. Also, its number one here is Binance, and I would recommend using Binance if you are going to purchase NEO, just because they facilitate NEO's gas. And if you're unsure about what NEO gas is, it's a dividend payment that you receive as a result of holding NEO coins. So for example, if you were to hold one NEO, you would get a proportion of gas associated with that NEO coin. And that gas is what allows the NEO currency to facilitate transactions. And usually you'd have to hold NEO on your laptop or potentially computer device on your NEO wallet in order to receive those dividends, but Binance has facilitated that on their exchange. If you are looking to purchase through Binance, feel free to follow the link in the description and sign up if you haven't already. So in regards to NEO's price prediction for 2018, I believe this coin will likely see around a $500 valuation at the end of 2018. So that pushes its price up around 4 times, 4.3 times, which is pretty strong. And if you were to invest, you'd make some serious returns, because not only are you receiving the capital gains on NEO, but also the distributed dividend that they're paying in gas, which also, if you're unaware, is also listed on coinmarketcap.com. I think it sits around 30 something in regards to its position. So if we scroll down here, we can see, oh no, actually sorry, 69. It's got a $500 million market cap, and each gas is currently worth 58.97 US dollars. So quite strong, and is continuing to grow at the same rate as Neo. And so that sort of increases your overall return on investment for Neo, which is one of the attractive parts of Neo, and is why again it's getting so much heat in recent times. So jumping over to their website here, we can see that what is Neo? Neo is a non-profit community-based blockchain project that utilizes blockchain technology and digital identity to digitize assets, to automate the management of digital assets using smart contracts, and to realize a smart economy with a distributed network. So it was founded in 2014, open source on GitHub in June 2015. Some great stuff there. You've also got the Neo client, this is the wallet I was talking about earlier around hosting it on your desktop in order to receive gas, or you can purchase on the Binance exchange and receive gas there. Neo's vision for the future, they're dealing with digital assets, digital identity, and smart contracts. So got a variety of things going for Neo. They've recently held a dev competition, I think it was in association with Microsoft, which also fueled around a bit of a hype around the coin. They also state here, if you are a developer, participate in our project, get Neo and gas for development, testing, or view our technical documentation. So they are getting a lot of input from others around this, because they are rewarding developers who provide valuable resources in Neo, and that is incentivizing people to get involved with Neo and continuing to grow the project together. And with great minds coming in from a number of different backgrounds, can definitely help in creating Neo into a very strong and stable cryptocurrency into the future. So again, also fueling and backing that $500 price prediction. In regards to social media links, they're all down here. They've got a lot of backing within the community, quite well known, being listed on CoinMarketCap for a while, been around for a while since 2014, so definitely some interesting stuff going on here. So again, if you're interested in Neo, feel free to follow the link in the description and purchase through Binance. That's where I would recommend going through, so that you don't have to download the wallet in order to receive gas. So thank you so much for watching. These are the coins that I'll be covering today. So hopefully some of these potentially were on your radar and are quite interesting to you. If they are, definitely check them out in a bit more detail, do your own research and see if they're a viable investment for your investment needs. Hopefully we can see a lot of these hitting these price predictions. It'd be great for the cryptocurrency market if they do, pushing that market capitalization right up in comparison to what it is today. And we've seen a massive bull run this year, so whether or not that continues is going to be interesting. I believe it will, based on the research that I've done, and again, those people who are still looking to get into the cryptocurrency space, and a lot of financial institutions getting involved with the blockchain and cryptocurrency technology. So again, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe and like the video. I know a lot of these coins had large market capitalizations and have already broken through their price. So if potentially in the next couple of days I might do price predictions for some of the lower market capitalization coins that have significantly more room to move in regards to percentage wise increase, because some of these coins were 5xing, so around 500% increase. Other coins with lower market capitalizations and lower coin values can go up easily 10,000% within a year period. So thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.